Tonight on SUTV News, President-elect Trump began selecting cabinet members early this week, and Shippensburg is responding.
Find out how the campus community is coming together with the help of university outreach events.
All that and more right now. Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Marshall Keeley.
And I'm Isabella Marcelino. Donald Trump's election has sparked controversy across the country. College campuses nationwide hosted protests against the president-elect. Shippensburg held community outreach events throughout the week, and tonight is no exception. Right now in the Spiritual Center, students are standing together in solidarity. The English Department and LGBTQ+ committee are hosting a safe space for students to speak their mind. SHIP will host another program, Food for Thought, on Monday. The event will be in the Kiefer Great Room at 9:30 p.m. A campus fraternity is doing their part to eliminate prejudice. Paige Ahrensmeyer has the story.
Students are doing their part to break down the walls of prejudice. In support of their philanthropy, Elimination of Prejudice, the Brothers of Pi Lambda Phi created the Prejudice Wall. Over the last few days, students have written negative comments on the wall, and today they paid to knock it down.
I know there's a lot of negative things on here, and it just shows that everyone's affected by prejudice, no matter where or who you are.
Students hit the wall with hammers, sledgehammers, and baseball bats. It has turned out to be such a popular event since prejudice hits home for students on campus.
Being Jewish, I've faced a lot of prejudice before. I've been called many derogatory words before. I've heard derogatory slang, and it definitely spreads awareness about the issues going on.
All donations go to the Eliminate Prejudice Foundation. With all of the student support this year, the brothers plan on making it a yearly event. With SUTV News, I'm Paige Ahrensmeyer.
The Eliminate Prejudice movement is active on over 40 college campuses.
President-elect Donald Trump is appointing his White House staff. Trump has chosen Republican Chairman Reince Priebus as his chief of staff and former Breitbart News chief Steve Bannon as chief strategist and senior counselor. The choice of Priebus is likely to draw support from establishment Republicans looking for Trump to address key GOP talking points. The choice of the former right-wing news writer has drawn a lot of criticism from Democrats, citing Bannon having racist and anti-Semitic views. Trump still has to appoint 13 more members to his cabinet. Everyone needs training, even leaders, and leaders here at SHIP can get their training through Leader at SHIP. It's a semester-long training and challenge program. The program has been revamped and it's back better than ever. Developing communication skills, team building, and leadership skills are the goals. The program is centered on Student Leadership Challenge, developed from over 30 years of research.
We have weekly sessions where you're able to go each week to one session to complete the program, and it's about 8 weeks to 9 weeks, depending on what program you're in. And we also have retreats, so weekend retreats where students can get all the information in one retreat.
Leader at SHIP will host its first informational session December 1st in the Cub NPR.
Shippensburg residence halls are going green. For 2 weeks, students living on campus participated in a water conservation contest. Last night, McCune Hall was announced the winner. Winning the contest felt good, but residents say helping the planet felt even better.
Conservation is really important, and although you might not be paying a water bill while you live on campus, it's still really important to conserve.
The contest may be over, but water conservation will continue. Epilepsy awareness got some icing on the cake, literally. The Disability Awareness Club sold cupcakes to spread awareness for National Epilepsy Month.
I think this is a great idea. I definitely think that epilepsy needs more awareness than it has, and a lot of people are misinformed about it.
All proceeds will go to the National Epilepsy Foundation.
If you have a unique business idea, you can win up to $10,000. Enter the PASHI Business Plan Competition.
The PASHI Business Competition is a competition that goes across all the state universities. It is where students are able to provide their intent to compete with their unique idea that they have for a business. It does not have to be business relate it. You don't have to be a business student to do so. You can be at any type of college that you are within the university.
Fill out an online intent to compete form by November 20th. All the required information is due by February 1st. Bridges take a pounding from traffic year after year. In Pennsylvania, more than 20% of the public bridges need work. Ray Shungle reports.
Structural engineer Sean Mullahan understands how a bridge works.
There's three main components. There's the deck area, that's what you drive across, that's what you see. Then there's what's known as the superstructure, that's the beams and the supports underneath it that hold that deck up. And then there's what's called the substructures. Substructures are like your piers and your abutments. Those are kind of the walls on the on the side of the bridge or the support in the middle that holds the deck up.
And all of these components are built to stand the test of time.
Typically try to see at least a 75-year design life. For some work we're doing down on 995, for instance, it'd be same on I-81, I'm sure. The goal is a 100-year design life.
And a 100-year lifespan is more important than ever.
Some of the bridges AEG inspects were built using standards set 50 years ago, but vehicle regulations have changed. Trucks can now almost be 5 tons heavier, a substantially greater load for a bridge to bear.
Bridges on the deficient list all need renovations.
Yeah, how important is this bridge? So bridges on I-81 are going to be considered a lot more important because it carries commerce, truck traffic, high volume of other traffic, or it might be, other factors might be, okay, this is the only road, this is the only bridge that all the school buses have to cross, that kind of thing.
Keep in mind, deficient doesn't necessarily mean there's a danger of a bridge collapsing. Sometimes it means the bridge's support beams have lost some of their capacity, or the movement of the land has in turn caused the bridge to move as well.
In terms of roadway and bridge design, cars themselves aren't what drive the design, it's trucks. So I'd say bridges that carry a lot of truck traffic tend to get hammered more, tend to get beaten up more, and have to be designed accordingly.
They can be maintained, but at some point maintenance is not cost effective and the bridge must be replaced. For now, more than 6,000 bridges in PA are classified as structurally deficient. 6,000 bridges that must be repaired. Ray Shungle, SCTV News.
While the task of renovating 6,000 bridges is daunting enough, Mullahan says those bridges are nearing the end of their lifespans. When we come back, New Zealand found itself on unstable ground.
And Indian residents lost some serious cash.
A Soviet decoration had Russians scratching their heads.
Here's your world news.
India's citizens are in a rage over a decision by their government to ban the 500 and 1,000 note rupees in the hopes of stopping rich tax evaders. Citizens can exchange the worthless notes for newer versions until December 30th. New Zealand was hit with a 7.8 magnitude earthquake on Monday. The quake also caused a tsunami, leaving the eastern coast in pieces. Few casualties are reported, but damage has been estimated to be in the possible billions. The Soviet star adorning a building in the Russian city of Voronezh was vandalized to resemble Patrick Star from the children's cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants. Citizens are split on this new take on a longtime communistic symbol. Back to you guys at the desk.
There's only one more week to get your favorite student newspaper before break.
Here's your Slate preview.
News reports on the diversity rally. Ship Life covers Zumbathon. Sports highlights field hockey at the national championships. Opinion weighs in on the best parts of Thanksgiving, and entertainment showcases the orchestra at Lurs. Check out the Slate on newsstands on Tuesday and keep up all week on theslateonline.com. I'm Thomas Whitmer.
When we come back, see how APB is getting into the holiday spirit.
Also, see how the SU Music Department celebrates a 400-year anniversary.
It has been such a beautiful day out today.
Yeah, it has. I really hope it stays this nice for our Thanksgiving break.
Me too.
I'm hoping to get outside and play some football on Thanksgiving. That'd be great.
Football.
Let's send it over to Rebecca with the weather.
The weather is looking good for Thanksgiving travelers. Tonight, clear skies with a low of 40. Tomorrow, clear skies continue with a high of 69 and a low of 47. Let's take a look at our 5-day. It may get a little gusty this weekend. Saturday expects evening showers with a high of 63 and a low of 35. Sunday, expect wind gusts and cloudy skies with a high of 43 and low of 32. For the beginning of the week, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 41 on Monday and 48 on Tuesday. Have a fun and filling Thanksgiving, Ship.
We have a short segment today, so let's get started. It's still a week away, but APB is already thinking about the holiday season. Grab your skates and join APB for some roller skating tonight at the Carlisle Sports Emporium at 8. Get into the holiday spirit and win some cool prizes at Holiday Bingo tomorrow night at 9 in the Cub NPR. And round out your week with some competitive table games at the Turkey Cup on Saturday from noon to 5 in the Red Zone. Play ping pong, shuffleboard, or join the video game tournament. This weekend marks the 400th anniversary of the death of William Shakespeare. The Shippensburg University Community Orchestra will be commemorating his contributions to art and literature on Sunday.
The concert is on a theme of Shakespeare, so it's been 400 years since the death of Shakespeare. So we're going to include little bits of theater. The idea of this program is it's not like any one Shakespeare play or anything. It's just little bits and pieces of this and that.
The concert takes place at 3 o'clock on Sunday at Lohr's Performing Arts Center. Tickets are free with student IDs. That's all we have for this week. See you next time.
Cross country's Casey Norton was named Atlantic Region Women's Athlete of the Year.
And basketball had a milestone day at the Wolf Bus Line Classic. All that and more after the break.
Football finished the season on a high note with the return of Ryan Zapaticki. The Raiders offense found rhythm in a 30-21 win over Seton Hill, finishing the season with a 7-4 record. Two Raiders stood above the rest. Billy Dean and Jordan Harper won PSAC Weekly Awards. Dean won his third PSAC East Special Teams Player of the Week, going 1 for 2 in field goals and averaging nearly 40 yards per punt. In his final game, Harper had the best performance of his career. Harper collected a career-high 10 tackles and an interception against his former team. Shippensburg women's soccer player Stephanie Allhouse was named to the CCA All-Atlantic Region second team. She was also named first team All-PSAC in her final season as a Raider. Allhouse, a dominant defensive player, started all 4 years securing Ship's back line. Allhouse is the first Raider to earn all-region honors since Kylie Bricker in 2013, and the first Raider to earn all-PSAC first-team honors since Katie Leverance in 2010. Senior volleyball player Annie Gurl finished her college career with 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs. She is the 6th woman in the program history to reach the milestone. Joining such an elite group was her goal since sophomore year.
Ever since then, we've been trying to reach it, and I'm really glad that I did.
Volleyball season is over, but Gurl plans to continue her playing career. Shippensburg Women's Cross Country head coach Steve Spence was named Atlantic Cross Country Head Coach of the Year. This marks the 6th time Spence received the award as he leads the women's team to their 9th consecutive NCAA championship appearance. Like her coach, senior Casey Norton looks to finish the season strong after being named 2016 Region Women's Athlete of the Year. Both the men's and the women's cross-country team head to St. Leo, Florida for the NCAA National Championship this Saturday. The Shippensburg women's basketball team completed the 2016 Wolf Bus Line Classic on Sunday with a 75-69 victory over Bowie State. Midway through the second quarter, senior Lauren Gold scored her 1,000th career point as a Raider.
It means a lot just because having Steph Nauer and Morgan Griffith score their 1,000 points and then me joining them, it just means a lot, like me being as a senior and achieving this and being part of a small group of women that have achieved that.
Gold is only the 21st player to reach this milestone in school history. That wasn't the only milestone achieved during the game. The victory gave Coach Turn her 300th career victory as a head coach.
Felt blessed that I've had some really incredible student athletes in our program over the last 18 years. And really a milestone like that has nothing to do with me. It's more their efforts out on the floor for this program and the success that they've had.
Coach Tern looks to add to her career win total when the Raiders take on Slippery Rock this Saturday. That's it for sports. Let's head back to the desk.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Marshall Keeley.
And I'm Isabella Marcelino. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at SUTV News. And check out our website, sutvnews.com.
We'll see you next time.